This video is about year-to-date sales of EVs in Australia. It's not easy to get complete and accurate numbers. A big thanks to the Driven for getting the best possible numbers. There are some manufacturers that don't seem to be able to deliver their sales numbers in a timely manner. I've got a link for the Driven, and that's sitting in the description area. The reporting does not distinguish between models either. So I'm showing the sales value and calculating as follows: the units of the model as reported by the Driven, multiplied by the price as reported by the Australian Electric Vehicle Association. And there's a link for that in the description as well. Uh, First and second, in terms of sales were the Model Y and the BYD. They're the two on the left-hand side. Third was the Model 3, followed by the MG ZS EV. So there's some images of those for you. Okay. This page is a summary by brand for units sold year to date. To be clear, brands with multi-models such as Tesla. So there's a Model 3 and a Model Y. I've priced using the retail prices, who knows what the vehicles were actually sold for, and then aggregated for this page. I found this exercise interesting. It's not 100% accurate. I understand that some models haven't reported, and I don't know the actual prices sold for every vehicle, but I found it interesting. Clearly, Tesla's a long way in front, uh, but it's interesting that BMW and Mercedes end up in third and fourth places in terms of dollar values of retail. So they've got lower volumes, but they've got quite expensive, relatively expensive vehicles. And so they're up there after Tesla and BYD. They'd be in third and fourth place in terms of retail value for the sales. For those of you that are more visual, here are the same numbers. The blue bar are units and the red line is sales value. When the red line is above the blue bar, this indicates the average sales price is higher. And you can see that with BMW and Mercedes if you look at those two. And if you look at BYD, you'll see that the red line is moving quite a lot lower than the units, and that indicates that BYD's average sales price is lower than the average for the entire market. EVA has published range data, just like they did for the sales price that I looked at before. This chart divides sales price by range. I know that there is so much more to a car than just range, but I still find the results to be a little bit interesting. As an example, the newly released Cupra Born uh, seems to show good value in terms of range versus cost. You'll see that's the second bar there on the left-hand side. A similar kind of idea here is that I've divided the cost per vehicle with the number of kilowatt hours in the battery. I grabbed this data from the same source, AEVA, and I found it a bit interesting to look at this one. Tesla seems to have moved to the right here, so the number of kilowatt hours is a little bit more expensive. And I wondered about this and have concluded that Tesla has made its vehicles a little bit more efficient. So the kilowatt hour that is required to get the range is actually a little bit smaller. So interesting. I'm not sure that this is 100% correct, but I like the thinking. And if that's correct, it's good work by Tesla. Okay, the top four by year-to-date volume, showing each month's sales in units. Big changes over these 5 months. Model Y and the Atto 3 have grown quite noticeably, the red and the yellow lines there. And the Model 3 seems to be on the decline relative to the other two. The MG, pretty constant. It's a big enough number each month to get it into the top four, but it's not increasing dramatically. There's a new MG on the way. Maybe that'll make a bit of a difference. So interesting. Final slide for today. It looks like the Model Y might be about to overtake Model 3. These are year-to-date accumulative numbers, so have accumulated up. Looks like Model Y might just overtake Model 3 sometime in June. And the Atto 3 is certainly on its way up as well. There's been reporting that Tesla might be about to hit 16,000 sales for the quarter, which would be a huge record. For April and May, there have just been over 8,000 sales, so June might be a big one. If I can get some more details on that reporting, I'll just drop in a separate video to talk about it. Thanks very much. If you've enjoyed this one, please subscribe, please like, it really helps, and see you on the next one.